So in today's video, I'll be sharing more a little bit about, I'm going to try to put them together, like the second house family that I had and the dad house family that I had, because I only had two after that. So yeah, I'm just going to fit both of those experiences in today's video. Hey guys, my name is Tola. If you're new here and if you're an old subscriber, welcome back to the channel. Today I'll be doing a story time about the two families that I had prior to being an au pair. I'm not an au pair anymore, just to make things clear. I'm just sharing my experience helping those who want to become an au pair, kind of like understand what it is and give them a hint a little bit just what to expect in the program itself. So anyways, without any further ado, let's dive straight into today's video. Make sure that you do subscribe, post notifications on so you can get a notification whenever I upload a video, and hit the like button, and of course make sure that you do leave a comment down. After 2 months of feeling miserable, depressed, stressed, feeling so down, and like I am so done with this au pair thing, I went into rematch with the help of my LCC. It makes it hard for au pairs to find families sometimes because of the review in the profile. Like, let's say things were not good with the family that you had, and then there are some reviews in your profile which are kind of like making host families that are reading through it like, oh, I don't think I want her as my au pair. So I did not have anything bad to put as a review, not bad, but like to kind of like make a host family feel like, I don't think she's gonna be a fit for my family. Anyways, yeah, so it was very easy for me to find a family. I found another family within, I think, 2 days. I started receiving my first one, and I had to pick because I remember there was a family in California, which I really wanted to go to California, and a family in Chicago. So I was like, oh, which one am I gonna pick? Yeah, I ended up going with the one in Chicago. I didn't know much about Chicago at the time, but then since I've been meaning to travel to California, I was like, this family might be a good fit because it's gonna have a family in Chicago, which was also the best decision because great things have happened since I've been in Chicago. Not only that, like even in Washington. But yeah, so I picked this family in Chicago. We matched. I flew down to Chicago because I was in North Carolina, so I went to Chicago. It was great. I was taking care of two kids, a 15-year-old and an 11-year-old. Of course, there were challenges at times, but it was nothing that I was like, I cannot handle this. No. So it was great. I liked the family. You know, they were very much involved. By the way, so the first family that I had in the program, it does say that au pairs are not responsible to buying their own food. So I wasn't responsible to buying like meals to cook in the house. But like, of course, if I go out with friends, I'm due to pay those bills. Like, it's coming out of pocket for me. But if I go out with host families, you know, let's say we go out for dinner, for lunch, they are the ones who pay for that. I don't have to pay for that. So the first family that I had, like, I paid for everything, like everything that I wanted, and it wasn't in the house. I had to use my money and buy it. Even like if we go out to a fast food place, you know, orders were separated. There always has been 2 orders for her and the daughter, and for me on the side. Okay, I'm not gonna like get into details a lot because I just don't want to feel like backlashing people, but of course I'm sharing my experience, and I feel like it's okay for me to be open about it as much as I can. So the second family was very much, you know, they made sure that they follow the au pair rules, you know, follow how the au pair program works itself. So, and they had experience, they've had au pairs, so they kind of like know exactly what it is, you know. So yeah, so I did not have any complaints. You know, they were like emotionally there. I don't know if it makes sense. They were like, they wanted to be emotionally involved, which was great, you know. But yeah, it was a great fit. I really, really liked them, but things didn't work out. Things happened, and then I had to go into rematch, which also for me, I don't think it was a terrible thing. The reason why I went to rematch, okay, I'm just gonna be vulnerable and open about it. And apparently, I went to an address which was downtown Chicago. I had no idea because I was following a map. and I assumed that downtown Chicago is when I'm gonna see buildings that the sign of me being downtown, and I didn't think that area that I was in is downtown Chicago, but it was. Yeah, so it was in an okay, safe place to be at. So I wasn't responsible enough to mention the place that I'm going to, and for them to be like, oh, this is not a safe place to be at. So yeah, I went there with my host child who's with me. We did our hair, we got our hair done, and literally, I think a day later, yeah, it was a day later, because we did our hair on Saturday. Oh, on Sunday I was fine, and then on Monday, boom, it started. I had a terrible headache, which I was like, I cannot even work, so I had to send them a text. I'm like, I do not feel well at all. I don't think I'm gonna be able to work. So we were very much cautious. So we decided, okay, not we decided, they decided that I stay in my room till we figure out what's wrong. But I think it was too late. It was already everywhere. Yeah, and then I did go and get tested, and of course I did come back with a positive COVID test. 2 week with them, and then after 2 weeks I left. I stayed in a hotel while looking for a family. I don't know why, but it was hard to find a family. It took me like a full month to get a family, which I would say it was worth it because I found the best family. They were super awesome. Like, oh my gosh, I also gave 3 kids, so it was like everywhere, you know. But still, it was great, helpful. So it wasn't like, oh my gosh, it's these 3 kids that I always have to. No, they were very helpful. So it was teamwork, and I did have a great time. And I went to ski. My first ski experience was a disaster. So we went to ski. I think it was January when it started snowing. We went to ski, and I was supposed to take lessons, skiing lessons, but we got a little bit late. So the lessons that we booked already, or that we were planning to book, we couldn't take them anymore. So we had to wait a little bit. So we decided to. Of course, my family knows how to ski. No. My host mom didn't know. It was also her first time. So we decided to, like, kind of like get used to that. And she was a quick learner because she was also supposed to take lessons, but she kind of like got it before even taking lessons. I was still like there struggling. I'm like, oh my gosh, I don't know what to do. Like, oh, how do you do this? I put them on. I couldn't stand with them. I kept on like falling, and like I like literally like hold on to people when I feel like I'm about to fall. Because once I get down, it's like hard to get up. Like if I have to get up, I have to like take out one ski, the ski, and then get up, and then I have to put it back on. And while I'm doing that, I have to be extra careful because once I fall down, it's like back to square one. So I did that, and then we went to these. It's called a lift. It takes you up, and then you like get off. There's like people skiing on the mountain, of course. So like once you get up the lift, you kind of like ski and go down the mountain from where you started, like the starting point. So I couldn't go down. So I'm facing people getting lessons. Some people are falling. It's just like they are also like newcomers like me, and then I'm trying to like trying to practice by myself while I'm waiting for my turn to reach so I can take the lessons. And I see my host dad coming down because like it's a mountain. So I was like I was like up the hill, but as a beginner, it felt like I'm up the hill. So like I see my host dad coming down from the hill, and then he comes down and he's like, oh, I'm just gonna give you like a little bit of lessons. So I'm like, okay, let's go for it. He skis towards the opposite direction and it's like, come to me. I'm like, okay. And then I ski to, he wasn't too fast, so like I tried to like ski to him, and I reach him, and then he's like, okay, now you're gonna try something different. You're gonna ski to me. I think he was standing uphill now, so I had to like ski to him and kind of like curve a little bit and turn so I can like stop facing uphill. So I was like, okay. I tried skiing to him instead of turning, of course, like because I was on the side, I was on the other side. Instead of turning and stopping, I went down the hill. I'm like, I literally rocket you. I went like, down. I couldn't stop. I had no breaks. I did not know how to stop because I did not take lessons. He's shouting, pizza pie, pizza pie, pizza pie. Pizza pie is something that you do when you're skiing to kind of like make, I mean, that's what they call it. It's kind of like, because the skis are going down like this, and I had to pizza pie, something like that, so I can make myself stop. But I had zero idea what it was. I'm just like, get out the way, shouting in front of people who are in front of me because there are people, I'm not the only one, there are people skiing. I'm like, get out the way, move. And then there's this guy who was in front of me. I literally like remember how his facial expression was, because he was like, everyone was kind of like looking at me, and I can feel it, like it's like all eyes on me. And then like he looked at me, he was like, and then instantly he knew that she is not stopping. He like dove out the way. And like he dove out the way, I still continue rocket shooting going down, and finally I stopped. But I wasn't gonna stop. There was a lady who I bang into. So so I knocked this lady, and I knocked her so hard that we both like, right after knocking each other, we kind of like flew it a little bit and then on the ice. Luckily I was still wearing my helmet and it was ice of course, but like it could have been worse. It could have been worse. So I'm there on the ground, and then I try to get myself up. And this man, I think it's the husband of this lady, he is so mad. He's tweaking, his saliva is everywhere. He is so mad. Like his spit was going everywhere. Mind you, it's COVID. Like he's tweaking and his, oh my gosh, what happened? So he was super mad, and then finally when the lady got out, also my host dad is trying to explain, she's from South Africa, you know, this is the first time seeing. I mean, it's obvious, I'm a flippin' black person, you know, like we don't do this crazy shit. But like, explained to him, he was sweet. This man was so mad that he didn't even care what my host dad was saying to him. Then finally the lady got up, and then she, you know, she was like, oh, it's okay, it's okay. I just went to South Africa, I don't know, a couple of years ago. She once traveled to South Africa. And then yeah, so like she went, I was embarrassed. I felt so awful, like I felt so bad. And then fun fact, you know, I'm saying that I was like, black people, we don't do this type of thing, which is crazy. Like, I mean, I know they do, but like, I was like the only one there. I was like the only black person there, and not only that, I was the only one who decided to rocket shoot and knock people down, you know. Like all in one, like literally all these things. It was like me, and then it's pretty obvious. I'm sure everyone is talking about me. It's like, oh, and it's easy to spot me because yes, I was the only black person, and I'm like, oh my gosh, what am I gonna do? So I went back to the car. I'm thinking this through, and like still when I went back out, I felt like everyone is like looking and staring at me. But yeah, I got my lessons. I got my lessons, but still, like, I'm still like, I'm still a beginner at skiing. Yeah, so that was like the crazy experience of me skiing. I knocked into people, and thankfully, I hope that lady was okay. So no one gets sued. I think I overtalked in this video. This is all for today, guys. I am done. See you guys in the next video. Make sure that you do subscribe and hit that thumbs up. And bye, guys.